I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Graveside services were being held this afternoon at West Point Cemetery for First Lieutenant Darren Hidalgo, a member of the West Point class of 2009 who died in Afghanistan February 20th from wounds he suffered when his unit came under fire. Hidalgo was mourned on Friday during a funeral service at Most Holy Trinity Chapel at West Point. Today, counter-protesters assembled outside Thayer Gate. In the event, members of the Westboro Baptist Church showed up. The extreme religious group often protests at funerals of soldiers because of their belief that America is being punished by God. Reporter Adam Bosch will have more on today's services for Lieutenant Hidalgo, including reaction from current West Point cadets in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record. There have been some flooding issues in the region today because of the latest round of nasty weather. Minor flooding closed 4 roads in the town of Deer Park. Washout shut down Academy Avenue, Upper Brook Road, and a part of Boxbaum Road in Sparrowbush, as well as a section of Big Pond Road in Huguenot. A flood-prone area of New Paltz was also affected today. The Springtown Road Route 299 area was again hit by Wallkill River flooding, and there were reports that 2 people had to be rescued from a stranded car. Schools in the Washingtonville district were closed because of Moodna Creek flooding. Officials there say the rising waters had surrounded parked school buses in the district bus yard off Route 94. And flooding caused by heavy rain badly damaged a local road earlier today. Traffic was being detoured around a section of Route 211 near Otisville after the collapse of a culvert wall forced pavement to give way, leaving a giant hole. The detour figures to be there for a while, since the State Department of Transportation will need to replace that entire section of Route 211 near the interchange with White Bridge Road. Elsewhere, 2 tenants escaped unhurt after a fire damaged their apartment in Middletown last night. The fire broke out at around 8 p.m. inside the 2-story apartment building at 195 West Main Street. A frayed electrical wire in the basement was said to be the cause. Damage to the apartment was mostly limited to smoke and water. Congressman Maurice Hinchey made stops in Newburgh and Kingston earlier today to promote legislation he's introduced that, if it's passed, would reverse a tax increase on households earning less than $40,000 a year and individuals earning less than $20,000 a year. The legislation would close a loophole that was part of a recently passed tax package. Hinchey says while millionaires and big corporations benefit from huge multi-billion-dollar tax loopholes, working families and retirees should not be forced to pay more this year than they did last year. A Sullivan County woman has been charged with endangering the welfare of a child after her 3-year-old child had wandered onto State Route 42 while holding a bag of marijuana. 30-year-old Lakeisha Owens of Loch Sheldrake was charged following an investigation by Town of Fallsburg police. They say a concerned motorist almost hit the child and discovered he was carrying the bag of pot. A marijuana charge had not been filed because police could not determine how the child had gotten a hold of it. Well, the website NewYorkStateGasPrices.com has released its weekly gas price report, and it's not pretty. The average retail gas price across the state rose 13 cents a gallon in the past week to an average of $3.69 a gallon. The national average is $3.47 a gallon. As of Sunday, gas prices in the state were more than 81 cents a gallon higher than the same day a year ago, and more than 32 cents a gallon higher than just a month ago. Speculation buying of crude oil linked to the volatility in the Mideast is being blamed for the sharp increases. And a woman in nearby Rockland County took her anger out on a few dozen innocent liquor bottles. 31-year-old Mahogany Merrill is seen here in surveillance video sweeping her arm across shelves at the Buy Right liquor store in West Nyack. Apparently what set her off was a clerk telling her she couldn't use the bathroom after cutting customers in line. Her outburst could carry up to a year in jail for criminal contempt. Well, the sun was a welcome sight today after the messy weather Sunday. As for tomorrow, it'll be partly sunny with temperatures in the low to mid 40s. A mix of sun and clouds on Wednesday with high temperatures again around 45 degrees. Clicking here at Record Online will keep you in touch with the news when it breaks and get all the stories in detail when you pick up tomorrow's edition of the Times-Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.